If you're preparing a video for a YouTube short or some other video which will only be viewed in a portrait mode, and you're wondering why the images are so small surrounded by a large black frame, then here are some tips and tricks that might help you. First of all, when you start up the Filmora, you may have overlooked this option right here at the top. Am I going to be creating a project in 16:9, which is a widescreen, or am I going to be doing a portrait? So obviously, this would be the first place that you would set that, so that once you start your new project, it will be in the right format. However, many times I guess we tend to overlook that. So how can we fix that if we open it up in the widescreen mode? So let's take a look at that. Well, of course, if we recognize our mistake right from the beginning, we would just go in and do File, New Project. And there we could already see that we have our choices of whatever it is that we want to do. And it even gives you some guides as to what the different ones are used for. But we're just working with portrait. And in this case, we're not going to save our project here. So we're just starting a new project. And now, when we bring in our media, we should be bringing it in portrait mode. And indeed, we see that the image is, or what we're producing is a portrait mode. So that could be one way that we could quickly figure it out. Now we're going to deal with these issues just a little bit later, but let's just assume, and again, we're just going to start another project, new project, and we're just going to again assume that we're in that we forgot to change it. And so when we bring in our media, we're now in the widescreen mode, and in this case we still even have some black frames. However, we're at a point now where we put stuff onto our timeline and we would like to change it. Now, there's another way to change format, and that's to go into File, Project Settings, and then say, oh, okay, I really meant to have a portrait. So that's just another way to do it. So we could do that. Okay, so now that switches our project around, and we can see that we have issues. Now, let's just take a look at this one image here that we have right here, and let's put it down again onto the timeline here. And what's the difference? Okay, actually there's no difference. And that's because, let me get rid of this, but there is another feature that you can use when you have shot your media in the widescreen mode, but you want to use it in the portrait mode. And that is, quickly you could do crop to fit, in which case it would automatically be filled in. Now we're going to just remove that feature there, go back to what it was before, because it is possible also to go into File, Preferences, and under the Editing tab, there is a photo placement option. Now, this would be used if you have a lot of widescreen media that you want to put into a portrait mode. You would just simply change it, crop to fit. And we would apply that. We also had another option, which is pan and zoom, which would also be useful. Because let's see what happens. Now we take the same image again that we have here, which is giving us a top and bottom black frame, or maybe even a black frame all the way around. But we'll place that image on here now. And with that change, we now get the full picture. However, if we make that change after we have put a bunch of other pieces of media on there, it only affects the pictures that we put down there now. It doesn't affect the pictures that we had put on there before. So without tearing apart our timeline, how can we fix this? Well, it's pretty easy. You can actually go in here, you right click on it, and you go to filters and effects and you do copy, or you can use a shortcut key, Control Alt copy. That's to copy any filters or effects applied to a picture. So we're going to copy that, and then we're going to take all of the other pictures that did not have that filter put on it, and then we're going to right click in one swoosh and go to effects and filters, and we're going to select paste. So now we have changed all of them into that mode. But you see, there's an issue here, and that is that perhaps we would like to have this centered. So this automatic crop to fit is not necessarily going to show you what you want to show. So we're going to go ahead and go into just the basic format here, and well, actually it doesn't really matter because we just want to call up the crop function. And with the crop function here, we can now move it around and center our subject so they will appear right where we want them. Likewise, even for the video clips, we might want to center that a little bit. We might have to end up using keyframes in order to move this around, but in any case, this now is centered. So this is how we would make sure that our material is properly suited for YouTube shorts or whatever it is that we're making. So those are just some options.